Check. What's going on, everybody? I figured I'd just talk a little bit today. I want to get the video out of the way because I would like to do some research for Friday's video. It might actually be Saturday's video, but it's going to be a good one. At least I think topic-wise, I'm really interested in it. It's been on a list of topics that I've wanted to do for a while. There's going to be some changes coming up really, really soon. As always, my life is never still. But starting next week, I'm going to be essentially taking on another big project, or just a big thing. Additionally, I'll probably have some more details, but it's just another one of those things where here we are again at a sort of a crossroad or a fork in the road, as if you will, where, I had certain expectations of how I wanted to do, the weekly videos, the New Hampshire, capturing New Hampshire videos. And I'm still going to try to maintain that, but it is a promise that I can no longer keep. But these are all good things, ultimately, I think I'm about to be in a position where I can push myself a little bit more creatively again, which is something that I've needed, especially after this last year and a half. So it's positive. It's very good. There will be more. I'm being very cryptic, and I hate when I have to do that, but just because of the circumstances of the current arrangement, I have to be that way until more things develop. I like myself to be, I feel my best when I am under a comfortable level of stress, when I feel like I'm under a lot of stress, but the stress is in control and manageable. But that is unfortunately a very, very fine line for me to toe. And often I find when I have big life changes, I try to max everything. I have such a hard time giving things up. Once I begin something, it's very hard for me to give it up. Now, I'm not going to say I never quit anything because I'm a huge quitter for a lot of stuff. But in terms of things that I set myself to wanting to try to achieve, I really have a hard time getting rid of it. So as my life sort of tumbles this snowball, I'm just acquiring more and more responsibility and ambition and drive. And it's sort of like everything's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. The other side of it is I'm also very self-confident in being able to handle everything. So I tend to look at a lot of things with rose-colored glasses when it's situations like that. Again, this is not for everything. It's just for a certain tone of work and creativity and things that I get myself into. So all of this being said, it's going to be a really interesting next 6 months. I feel my motivations right now in life are so much more powerful than they've ever been. And I feel more driven than I ever have. So whether or not it's going to be a bad idea to take on probably the most work I've ever taken on, we'll see. We'll see if that's a good or bad thing. Nothing can be, there's nothing that can't be undone though, I really loved everybody's support. Something that is important to me is to feel like I can, that I'm not being pinned to anything. I've said it a million times, I'm a broken record, but it's true that, I try as much as possible to make these daily videos feel very fluid and like they can change at any moment and I can make them to my life, but I still have this hard problem with trying to always make it feel like it needs to fit a format or the quality control needs to be consistent. But especially as I've reached into the toddler phase of this project, that's just not sustainable. I just can't put that kind of pressure on myself while also pursuing other creative and career endeavors in my life. So it's hard for me, but I always have to be willing to let certain aspects of the daily go and certain expectations of it. But on the flip side, the other lesson that I've learned is that it always sort of seems to come back around, There's always areas of my life where I can dedicate tons of time and I feel really motivated towards the videos. And then there's other areas of my life where I have zero time and I'm contemplating quitting. And if I can just muscle through those moments, there's always more around the corner. But I guess that's sort of like the allegory of life is if you feel like nothing can be done, and your life is in a terrible position, if you just do nothing else but wait, it just sort of seems to like not be that way forever. I mean, people say it gets better, and it's true. It also gets worse again at the same time. So when things are really good, you also have to be okay with the fact that they're not going to be good forever. And that's more motivation to enjoy the good moments. Like something that I thought, tonight I was putting Caden down, and I was thinking about how parenting, for some reason, seems the intensity of parenting feels very present when you're putting him down for bed. I don't know if that's just the phase he's in, but even when he was an infant to now, there's intensity in the parenting, good or bad. So like bad obviously is he doesn't want to go to bed and you're up with him for hours, and that's a very frustrating, it's a very helpless feeling because you're tired, he's just tired, but he can't fall asleep or doesn't want to fall asleep, and it's very exhausting. I mean, it tests you, especially when he was a baby. That really tests your patience. So that's the negative side. But then on the flip side, when he goes down really easily, and it's sweet, and he's just so calm, and he's laying there and he's closing his little eyes, and he's not putting up a fuss. That's also a really intense moment as a parent, because that's when you feel this incredible love. You're just looking at this little guy who just seems so delicate and just so peaceful and so gentle, and you have those quiet moments because you're not staring at a phone screen, you're not listening to anything, you're just in a dark room watching a little human fall asleep, and there's like a meditative state, and so you have all these really existential love moments. So it's a gamble. It's a gamble. You never know what it's going to give you. Are you going to feel just horrible as a parent, or are you going to feel amazing as a parent? And I mean, there's some gradient in between, but that's the general idea. And I think about how that's kind of like true with every day, every moment of your life, every video. It's like it's either going to make you feel really, really positive or not so good. And but both have a certain appreciation, that both take a certain amount of love and commitment. So anyways, I am rambling. This is 10 minutes long. You're probably not watching 10 minutes of it, but anyways, I'm hungry. I have eaten, what did I have today? I had a bowl of Huel hot and savory, which is mush, awful, it's garbage. I had a scoop of peanut butter and an apple, and a protein shake and a slice of bread. So now I'm gonna go make some steak and some roasted vegetables, and I think I'm gonna follow it up with some popcorn and hang out. It's been a very busy week, but it's starting to lighten up, and I'm really looking forward to the weekend. I'm taking Friday off and going to Portsmouth with the fam, and I'm really looking forward to that. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you all in the next one.